Hey guys, Charlie from Adjust the Mic. Just need to do a little content disclaimer. Adjust the Mic is created for adult audiences only. Unless you're a terrible parent, we advise listener and reader discretion for graphic depictions of terrible things that are involved in our lives. It might get dangerous on this podcast, but we're all in this together. Enjoy the show.
You can jump in on this intro. Yeah.
He's got space. She's got the brewery. I'm dumb, and you're dumb.
Stop.
Like we're dumb.
Declan, you like the Foo Fighters?
No. So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid? Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone.
Yeah. Let's talk about how much we hate Scott, guys. Why do we
This is
hate
my
Scott, guys?
checker.
I want to
How you doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it.
Yeah.
Having not a
Feels like a
second
rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
It does feel like a rape dungeon.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
Just your mic, homie.
No. You cannot buy the beer. Beer! No. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
Episode number 107 of Adjust the Mic. Welcome. That was interesting. To my right, the host with the most, Scott Geyser.
Well, hello there, everybody. How are you doing?
Oh, I felt like you wanted.
I was going to say this evening or this morning. I'm like, wait a minute.
Felt like you wanted to go more on that.
Yeah.
To my left, the craft beer queen, Miss Colleen.
How are you now?
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Down yonder. We're gonna do Milky Way Mandingo this week.
Oh.
Chicken.
Mr. Chris Chamberlain, what's up, my friend?
What's up, buddy? And then joining us, as always, is Charles in charge, Senior Tech Support Specialist of the Just My
Some
Podcast.
call you Chuck.
Yeah, some do. Not many. What's up, guys? Everything good?
Everything's beautiful.
What are we getting into?
Well, we're sitting here going to record a podcast here,
A
Charles.
Perdcast?
Podcast.
A Perdcast. Shut it
I'm
down.
rubbing off on people, bro.
Shut it down. Shut it fucking down.
Oh, this is starting great.
Let's
Could
go
you
eat.
imagine the pronunciations? It was like 5 of me on a show.
Let's go eat more
Terrible.
sushi and relax.
That's a good idea. That was good sushi.
Yeah, man.
Public sushi, right?
Publix, $5 sushi.
Man, they nail it.
We're so lucky to have a Publix with subs, sushi, good food, good customer service all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the only place to get a sub, man.
It really
And-
is.
Can't walk out of there without spending $100.
That's the problem,
True.
though. Is you go in there to get a sub and you walk out with 5 other things you didn't need.
We talked about that today when
$50.
we went in. We got out of there for under $40.
Congratulations.
It was, I couldn't believe
That-
we went twice though.
That took some restraint, didn't it?
But it counts.
Yeah, no.
One of the times under $40.
What was the other one?
This is a lot more. But the second time was under $40.
Right.
Everything's it's those buy one get ones, man.
That get you.
If you go for like a full week or a couple weeks for the groceries, you got over 200 in it easily.
Oh, at Publix,
Good
yeah.
God.
Yeah, if you're shopping for the family, yeah.
If you don't shop the deals, it's a problem. Like they're expensive.
Do you guys have a certain way you shop, like to save money?
Yes.
Do you guys eat the same meals every week, or do you just go
Oh,
in
no.
there and wing it every time?
Well, the best way to save money is unfortunately to not shop at Publix.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, or yeah, Aldi.
So you do
Absolutely
an Aldi Walmart blend, and by doing that, I've got my weekly grocery bill from about 150 by just shopping at Publix to a little less than 100,
okay,
which
that's good.
adds up over time. Just
One-
by going
Very much so.
Some of the buy one get ones are worth it.
sometimes,
Some of
yeah.
them. But you have to be careful.
You can buy a lot of cryptocurrency with that extra.
But
money.
he's definitely right. Aldi and Walmart, unfortunately, fuck.
Dude,
Yeah,
I used to
'cause-
do Aldi's. I love that place.
Well, but you just can't get everything you need at Aldi.
yeah,
You have to do the supplemental trip to Walmart to pick up the 2 or 3 things you couldn't get.
Yeah, we do a lot of Publix because we do so much produce and meat that like we just can't get it at the other places. I'm not going to do it, but like the kids snacks and stuff like that, if we don't get it off of Amazon, subscribe and save because we go through so much. So
Yeah.
we'll get a Walmart for stuff, but almost everything we get, if it's not fresh, is Amazon.
Really?
Yep.
To your door.
to our door.
I love it.
I think the UPS guy hates us.
It's
But
like
I mean, it's awesome because
Shout out to Richard Heron.
it's just that it gets reordered every single time. We save money because we do it that way. But
Huh.
yeah, Publix with the produce can't beat that.
Well,
Because like you've
you
seen
really
some of the
can't.
stuff on Walmart. Walmart's is horrible. Their spinach every time is garbage.
And
I hate it.
their produce is really bad, and so is their meats.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, before I stopped getting my meat from there, like I'd get a pack of chicken to last me the whole week.
Oh,
Open it up, it's rancid.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you don't get your meat from Walmart.
No, or your produce.
It's me and my buddy, shout out to Chris Schmall, brought the
That's right, Chris Schmall.
the Korean food on Wednesdays, like when we go to work, like we make a point that when it slows down, it's not insanity. Like we have to jump on and see Publix Weekly ad, the preview. And we have to like pick which things we want if what we're excited about.
Sure.
I'm always excited when the buffalo chicken tender sub goes on sale. Or the chicken tender sub.
I don't like their buffalo sauce.
What?
I hate
It's
it.
not that bad.
I hate it.
No.
I don't like it when they
I'll-
drown it.
I'll buy the regular
Yeah.
tenders and I'll do Frank's and some butter.
Okay.
I don't like their hot sauce. I don't know what they use, but I'm not a fan.
It probably isn't something boutique. Well, not boutique, but like crystal sauce or
No, it's
No,
thicker. It's
it's
more
not
like a Frank
crystal.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a Frank's. It's just something about it, man.
right.
Just not a fan of it.
Fair enough.
I'm an ultimate guy. If I go subs, the ultimate.
So what's on Ultimate?
Talk about
It-
food
dude, we're
again,
like
man.
5 minutes in.
It's like ham, salami,
Okay.
turkey, maybe. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's turkey.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's just more meat, and
Okay.
I love the meat. So with a little honey mustard and some sub sauce,
Yeah, you can't go
I
wrong.
haven't
with
had
that.
one in so long. I
spinach,
can't even
black
think of the
olives.
last time I had a Publix sub.
A pub sub. It's been a while, huh?
Well, because of the diet, man.
You
Well,
get them in a
yeah.
you can get them
Long
in a
time.
bowl with just the lettuce. And
Yeah, but
stuff.
that bread is what makes it like
I
that
know
fresh
I know.
bakery bread and like, man.
So 4th of July, did we have a good one?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Went over to my buddy Chud's house, and all of us have kids, and me and Chud and all the other fathers that were there. We all mostly have daughters,
Okay.
so it was just a bunch of kids, and some of the teenagers were back in the room playing Tekken or something like that. Whatever the kids play
Yeah,
these days.
Whatever they do.
But my nephew Vincent, he's 14. He will be 14. So I was in the band, the Dirty Chucks, and Chud was the sound guy.
Mhm.
And so Brian was the guitar player, and he was there at the party. And him and his wife brought their 3 adopted kids. They're 2 teenage girls and 1 teenage boy. My nephew Vincent started putting some game on one of Brian's similarly aged teenage daughters, and proud to say my boy's got some game. Because by the end of the night, I'm like, okay, you guys, that's close enough.
Really?
man.
I had to make it a point to go back to the video game room just to almost chaperone.
Oh no.
Because he'd walk back there and then, like,
lights are dim.
oh yeah, because they're playing video games, right? I get that.
Sure,
But
sure. Whatever.
well,
they
there was
told
like
you.
5 or 6 teenagers in there, right?
Oh,
And they were
that's
all.
That's a fucking problem
Yeah.
right there.
But you'd go in there and Vincent's arm would fly off her, and then
Whoa.
the second time,
Wow.
the same, her arm would fly off like they're cold busted. And
Oh man.
my boy Vincent's getting it, but it was good. A lot of
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah. Colleen.
I worked, and then they threw an employee party for us for a couple hours at Bricks afterwards, like
Nice.
Oh, that's
from
right.
5 to 7. And then after that, we just went home, and I was exhausted, and our neighborhood goes off with the fireworks. So we just have to open up the windows to the kids' bedroom, and they saw fireworks just like you would see anywhere else
Hell
because
yeah.
the neighbors behind us have so much money that 2 nights in a row they were setting off fireworks
I
for like
love it.
2 hours straight.
How about that smog driving home though? At the end of the night, after everybody let off all the fireworks.
Why?
I didn't have to drive, so
Man, it's
But yeah.
driving from South Titusville up here to North Titusville to get home. It was like fog
Really?
all over the town because of everybody
people
blowing
went
off fireworks.
nuts this year,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how they had the money to spend on so many fireworks.
You know, and a lot of like the Sky King and stuff, they're not doing BOGO anymore. So you're
Really?
getting all these big fireworks, and it's like now it's costing you double
Ugh.
to put these big shows on. I mean, I can't imagine how much that shit costs.
Why'd they stop doing that?
We didn't even buy
The Rona.
fireworks this year because
No?
of that.
Yeah, Scott. What'd you do for 4th?
Well, usually every year, Jared will kind of go all in. Our
Oh,
buddy
that's
Jared.
right. I
Yes,
remember
Yeah.
you
And
talking
Well,
like
about that.
last year, we had a whole truck bed full, and we usually go fill up 2, 3, 4, 5 carts.
Yeah.
When we go, and we get deals because we walk in cash, and they'll strike bargains with you. You can get 3 for 1, 2 for 1, buy 2 get 1, you know, or buy 1 big one get 2 of these for free, whatever. There's all kinds of deals. Well, just because of COVID and shipping and logistics, they've ramped up the price.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going up. Everything is about to go up. And some of it's warranted, some of it's not, but they're capitalizing on the opportunity. I mean, that's what businesses do. That's what they do. And, so fireworks is probably going to be another year or two before the prices come back down. But, like, there's a couple places in Orlando that we saw online, like Tom and Dan. They have one of their guys that sets up their cruises. They buy containers from China for fireworks.
Yeah. And
when they were posting on TikTok and all their places, those prices, they had buy 1 get 2 frees. I mean, they had the deals.
So
I don't know how accurate that is.
Did you end up lighting any fireworks off? Where'd you go? What'd you do?
Me and Allie sat outside here, just us two. We were at the Perry's that day, having a pool party during the day.
Okay.
Little cookout. Everybody brought stuff over, and had fun. And then that evening, Silas, he's scared.
Is he
He's
really?
not scared. He just hates the loud. Like, he's sensitive to the very loud noises.
Man.
Stella, too.
So he'll come out there and watch it a couple times, but once you hear the big ones go off, that really...
he's not a fan, huh?
He's like, eh. So he came back in. The dog was kind of not loving it, so they kind of came in here together. And then Allie, she was down this year.
Did you eat good?
So I was like, oh yeah, we ate great. Yeah.
Don't sometimes those fireworks get a little old though? Like when they're going off for so long, you see the same thing over and over. It's not like at Disney where it's like they're going off. You're like, oh my god, that's Mickey Mouse. Oh, that's because they do like there's a castle. Like how are they doing this? And then you go and just watch.
Unless you spend a lot of money and have like a set list, like when Jared and I do it, let's do it. We have written down the set list.
Oh,
you
really?
know what I mean? To where you have 50, those big 500 round repeaters or 20 of them. So you got to put them out at the right time. So at the finale, you have a real finale.
Yeah.
But when it's just the kids out front and doing it, and for 4th of July individually, we probably had $100. We had some of the mortars from last year that we didn't light off that we used. And those
That's
were
what
badass.
I did. I used some of the ones. I had some leftovers from last year.
And then Publix had a deal for $50, and it was mainly those fountain things and all that. So we just, Allie, I let her light them, with me close by, and she was all into it because she gets to participate. And she's gonna be 13 here in a couple weeks. So,
Charlie, what'd you guys do?
It was all cool.
We went. We watched them. It was kind of funny. We went to New Smyrna for a few days, and all you saw were signs of no fireworks on the beach. Absolutely no fireworks on the beach. No fireworks on the beach.
How many fireworks did y'all see on the beach?
There was a news story on Channel 9. We're sitting in the place we rented. A news story about no fireworks on the beach in Volusia County. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Teresa was like, trust me. So we went out there, and it was just anarchy. It was
New Smyrna does it right.
It was insanity, man.
Hey, was there one building, Charlie, that on the beach that was just like, or two buildings that were just like
two
battling,
and we were dead in the middle of them.
Yep.
It was perfect.
Yep.
And it was just people were and a little bit. I brought some and I went up to a group of kids. They were like in their 20s.
Yeah.
They had a beach house right there, and I just had 2 bags of badass the shells.
Yep.
I said, "Hey guys, happy 4th! Light these motherfuckers off." Like, oh man, thanks. They love it.
You watch them on TikTok later?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
But
it was.
I've been down there a couple years.
It was unbelievable, man.
And there's this one right on the beach, and I'm sure it's one of them. They just go and just shoot.
No, it was
like fireworks for hours. It doesn't end.
It was like a city show.
Yes,
it was
exactly.
It was unbelievable,
amazing.
But it was good. Ate good food, hung out, spent time with good people. Kids had a blast.
Sweet.
And now we're on to what's the next holiday? We
got
a little break.
Labor Day.
All right, we get a little break. A little bit of a break.
Yeah, you've had all week off, right? Like,
yeah,
a couple of those pictures on Facebook, man, you were looking a little red there, buddy.
I know. I expected to see him be like a lobster
good.
today.
Went right to tan.
Yeah, you did.
Aloe, buddy.
It's the darkest I've ever seen you. I don't think you've ever been in the sun this much.
Look at his legs.
Look at your legs. They're not even white anymore.
You like that? Yeah, man.
Man.
We had fun, man. It's nothing like going to the beach and staying on the beach and not making that fucking drive with the sand in the crack of your ass, 30 minutes, sand in your car. Like, you just go right to the beach house and jump in a pool.
Yeah.
And then you're good.
Yep.
Like, it's so great, man.
I love the beach, man.
I like it if I'm close. If I got to make that, I hate making
that drive home sucks.
Dude, I haven't been to the beach in so long.
See, my like when I go to play Lynn, that's my favorite beach because if I'm go down to Sebastian, go fishing or something, to drive all the way back to Titusville, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
bad.
you've been out in the sun, you got to stop at a burrito or get some food on the way home, right?
Yeah.
You get that, you get home, you're beat. You don't feel like unloading the cart. Play Linda, I don't know. I guess it's like a tradition because we'd always used to charge it real early in the morning to either fish or surf or whatever when we were kids. And you're always seeing pigs or hogs, rooting up the side of the road or looking for gators. Like there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
When you go to Play Linda, and then when on the way back, I mean that's when you throw on your music. You throw on your 311. You throw on whatever beach music, right? Whatever beach music or whatever you're
The
feeling.
Fresh Prince, summertime.
Fresh Print. There you go. And you drive back. We always keep jugs of water in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
So we can get fresh water because they don't have that
you
out there.
have to at Playland.
Yeah, man. But it's just, I don't know, man. I loved it. It's not that bad when it's local.
It's nice out there, too. Because the locals, they take care of it.
Yep.
If you get some douchebag who leaves their trash, somebody's going to come by and pick that up and take care of it for him.
Yes. And no, though. Because the reason I'm saying that
You're
is
right.
There's certain areas
But you're
where
also not.
No, there's certain areas where they do that, but out there at the refuge, they put out signs and they say if people do not start picking up this trash, we are going to close this area.
Yeah.
And they have closed areas where people fish because of litter and people not picking it up.
Mm-hmm.
But there are areas, if you go down the main Holliver Road, like when we went out and picked trash, me and Charlie one time with the YMCA and
Oh yeah, that's
keeping
blast,
Brevard
man.
beautiful.
Yeah.
We had a great time that day. There's like 10 or 12
We
of
need
us.
to do that again.
I'm
man.
down,
That's
man.
So fun.
I keep trash bags and stuff in the back of my truck for when we're out there because me and Allie, on the way back sometimes we'll pick up trash and people will stop on the side of the road or stop, during the, like, what is that, Turtle Road or all those little side roads that go back through the refuge.
Yeah.
They'll stop and go, man, thank you for what you're doing. And then throw something out 100 yards down the road. Not really, but that's what you feel, because nobody picks up after themselves
Yes,
out there.
they do. It's
Not nobody. You're right, but there's a
they
good
do.
portion because there are you can't find a fishing spot where you sit down and you look to the left or the right where there's not a plate, beer cans, forks, plastic bags.
You're right.
Fishing string, whatever the after effects of the last person.
You know what the worst part about that is being that it's Play Linda. It's like an 80% chance the fucking people are local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
Which,
exactly right.
That's like so
have some pride,
shitty.
man.
Right. Well, a lot of people don't, man. They just don't care.
Yeah.
I was driving home a couple weeks ago, and some lady, I was at a
Fuck
stoplight.
you, people.
She opened up her door,
Sorry.
took like a half a can of
That was
Coke, it looks
necessary.
like, poured the can out on the road. She's opened up her side door, stopped at the stoplight, dropped the can right there on the road, and then shut the door.
It's weird because
What are you doing?
You say it's like they're the locals, but everybody that I know, the way we were raised to treat our local land and stuff, it was never like that. So when you see those people, you
Never.
wonder, like,
Never,
how
ever.
did this happen?
Right.
Like, you live here. Like, if you grew up in this town, you know that nature is like the one thing we got going for us.
Yep.
It's like, and you're ruining it.
They're just lazy.
I mean, City of Titusville is ruining the lagoons with shit in it. But it's like, let's take care of our beach at least,
Right.
man. Like, come on.
Hey, you
I don't
fucking
get it.
jerks.
I don't get it.
Hey, speaking of Play Linda Beach, a girl in our office in accounting, we were talking about Play Linda Beach, and I was like, man, back in high school, there used to be this road when you go down to 13 to the end of the beach and you park, they kind of had like a four-wheeler access, and if you go north, from, Pier 13 down the beach, about 45 minutes worth walk, there's a barge out in the middle of the ocean. Like, or right on the shore of the ocean.
Yeah.
And like you can walk up and almost touch it from the beach without getting wet. And it's great fishing. Like you go fish all around the sides of it, you catch redfish, all kinds of just cool fish.
Yeah.
So we used to take backpacks, and we would just hike out there along that little back trail so we wouldn't see all the nudists on the other side.
45 minutes?
It's a 45-minute walk. I mean,
Jesus.
It's a lot of walking for some fishing, man.
Oh yeah.
How old were you when you did this?
20.
You still run the track?
Yeah, anywhere
then?
from like age 16 to like 25.
Okay.
Probably did it regularly.
Do you take a cooler with you?
Yeah. Sometimes
Damn.
if we have multiple people, you'll just two people will hold a cooler, But usually,
walking 45
but think
minutes.
about it this way: we're not putting a bunch of ice in there. We're not putting very much in there at
Sure.
all because all you're doing is, when you get out there, you just bury the fish in the sand, and it'll preserve it. It's fine. Like people go out in the ocean and fish like that for hours on end every day, and come back, and that's fresh fish. It doesn't have to be immediately iced.
So what about
So we would just have minimal amounts of ice and put it in there or in our backpack in baggies. So then we would just put the fish in there.
I will never
with the
do
ice
that.
and then throw it in our back. Then we throw the fish in the big baggies with the ice around it in our backpacks, and then the cooler on the way would just be light.
So what
we wouldn't even bring one most of the time.
What'd your coworker say about it?
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting her to go down and find this path. Okay, and she did. The very next day, she tried to go down and just like, there's no path there, Scott. What were you talking about? There's no path. And went over, and there was more people at the nude section, she said, than there was down at the regular section of the beach.
Damn.
Like just loaded.
Isn't it crazy? It's an actual thing now. Because back in the day, it was always something that you knew about. You just didn't really talk about or whatever.
Yeah.
You kind of just joke with your friends. And every time, I think I only went down there twice, and I never even saw a car or people.
We should go do an episode
ever.
out there for our OnlyFans.
I will.
I'm good, man.
I'll let it all hang out.
They have signs. They have signs out there now. Starting.
We can all
about
have chairs, and we'll have the mics portable set up, and
Come
have the
down.
beach scene.
Pier 10 starting. They're saying, past this point, you may encounter nude sunbathers.
I might need a really high SPF. But other than that, I'm good. That's the best beach to go to for you guys. You guys
Yes.
ever fuck with Jetty Park or Cocoa Beach?
No,
No.
thanks.
Don't need to.
Satellite? No.
No.
Play Linda's right there. You got to spend your $40 to get your annual pass.
I'd go to Jetty Park just because it's like the waves are real small, and when you have small kids,
Play Linda Beach has a stronger wave. When
Yeah.
it breaks, it breaks a different way than Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach is a great beach when you're taking kids.
Yeah.
yes,
You could have a 3 or 4 foot wave there, not be nothing to anybody. Big wave, don't get me wrong, but not gonna do any damage. Good, nice, strong 3-footer at Play Linda is gonna put a hurt on you if you're not paying attention.
The difference, though, is does Cocoa Beach have lifeguards now? Because I know Play Linda does not.
I think they do. And the undertow is worse at Play Linda.
Yeah. There's a lot more sandbars up there.
Scary as shit.
I like Play Linda because I don't know, I grew up there, so there's this, and I hung out with my uncle and my dad fishing there.
Yeah.
I like to go out there and fish, and there's designated areas for fishing, you know what I mean?
Which
It's
areas?
not really designated where it's just fishing, but I mean, the fishermen kind of stick to their area, and then other people kind of stick to their area for the most part.
Which are the fishing
usually
areas?
we go, I go to Eddy Creek, which is 8, I think.
8, yep.
And then 9 and 10. Like those 3, sometimes I'll even do 7.
Right.
Because 5 and 6 was always the surfers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You had the older surfers at 6. You had the younger guys at 5.
So true.
And then whenever the boardwalk got fit, you have to go down to 5. And then 1 through 4, to me, those are tourists.
Yeah.
Because that's what, you go when you go to the first one, it's full. You go to the second one, and then by the time you're at
Yeah.
the third or fourth, there's parking spots.
Hey, and them boys used to get down out there, like the fishermen and the surfers.
Oh, yeah.
Like they'd fucking they'd throw down.
They'd be throwing down, but at the same, like my Uncle Gary and them, they'd fish. They'd surf out with their rods. 2 guys got bit by sharks out there while they were doing this.
Really?
Oh my
growing
God.
up. But they would fish, and then they'd bring the fish in, or fishermen were over there fishing to make nice with the surfers. They'd come over there and throw fish out, and a couple of the guys would have grills on the other side, and then they'd start filleting up and feeding everybody, and you'd be walking by and hey, you want some fish? Hell yeah, I want some fish.
Yeah.
And everybody's drinking beer out there. I mean, it was like a really good time.
Yeah.
And when you go to Cocoa Beach, to me, I'm sorry, it's just I don't like. It's not that I don't like it. I love Cocoa Beach. I've had a blast there many a times.
Remember the Pennywise concert? Oh, that was
I remember that. That was
Port Canaveral.
You know what I remember about Play Linda Beach? Being young and in high school with all my girlfriends going out there, we'd always want to go to Pier 5 or 6 to watch the guys surf, right? But the most intimidating thing in the world is when you get there and all the guys are sitting right there at the end of the pier, and you have to walk by every one of those guys.
Every one of them.
As they're they're staring at your ass walking down
all day. That's
and you're
the
like,
spot.
don't fucking fall. And Lauren would always just tumble and take me down with her or some kind of dumb shit every time. And I'd be like, no, this is it. You're not coming with me
Don't
next time.
embarrass me in front of these shirtless
I
men.
asked you specifically to keep it together.
Oh, that's great.
We would always go there, or if we went out we never really went to Cocoa Beach. We'd always go Cape Canaveral to Jackson Street. This one,
My
one
favorite
street
Cocoa
every time.
Cocoa Beach. My favorite. You know when you get down to Coconuts,
Yeah.
South of there, it goes 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th. When you get down to like 8th and 9th and 10th Street, a lot of times there's not many cars there.
Right.
So you can go down there, and it's like you have the whole beach to yourself.
Yeah.
Now, you might have a couple people that live there, or people from the neighborhood that's there, but it's usually kind of dead. And then we loved on the way back, we always stop by that guacamole walkout place.
Taco City?
Oh,
No,
Taco City.
right by Ron John's.
Tell me about that. I've never even heard of it.
Hold on a second. You haven't heard of Taco City?
No.
Oh,
There's
Taco
a
City.
city of
What?
tacos?
That's been-
Dude,
You're lying.
that's
No, I'm not.
probably the best tacos in Brevard County.
And it's gone through really good times and really bad times.
Yep.
But it's always
they've
there.
sucked at times, and yeah.
And that place is perfect. After you've been at the beach all day, you go there, you get the
Yeah.
2 beef tacos and a beer, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
But
so funny.
right by Ron John's, there's that little
Never heard of
guacamole.
it.
It's kind of like a Chipotle, kind of.
Yeah.
It's next to the tattoo place.
I've
They
never
used
heard
to
of
be
this
the old
guacamole
Ron
place.
John place,
Yeah.
Me and the kids always like to go there. And then we'll walk over to Ron John's and walk around a little bit. That's kind of like our thing when we go that way.
Do you get terrified? Like we all have children here. Like in New Smyrna, like a hog. Like I can't stop staring at my children the whole time in the water with my kids, watching them. Like I get so stressed about them being in the fucking water. It's Colleen. I could only imagine.
You don't even
Have you done it? Have you done it?
like in the ocean with my kids?
Yeah.
Hell no, they've never been to the beach.
Oh.
We took them to the beach when they were really little, and it was a lot of like taking off in different directions, eating sand, and like we have to have enough people. So like
Yeah.
it's just hard.
It's a lot.
But Charlie, like what you're like with that, that's the problem. I'm like that 24/7 anytime I go anywhere in public with my kids.
Yeah.
Because you never know. They seem like they will be, we're just going to walk in. It'll be fine. And then literally at any moment, they will just decide, okay, I'm going to run out into traffic now. And it's like, you can't just like rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so Brent's always like willing, like, everyone's like, I saw Brent out shopping at Publix with 3 kids. But then I'll find out later that like Declan took off towards the front door and he had to get the management involved. I'm trying to get one of the kids like that kind of shit. It's too stressful to me because I just want to keep my kids alive because like 2 of them can't even tell you their names. So it's like if they got lost, how are they going to be able to,
Yeah.
Man.
But with the
God
kids in the
bless
water,
Chris, how are you?
It was
At the beach?
so bad.
With your kids?
Your I
daughter?
haven't taken Stella to the beach in quite a while.
Yeah.
I just don't like going to the beach.
Okay.
You just to sit there in this, because I got ridiculous, crazy ADD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sitting still just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So, and I don't like getting the sand and all that. I'll go to fish, but I'm not taking Stella. I'm going to go fishing there on one of my days when she's with Mom. But the one time I did take her, this was years and years ago. Just terrified. The same thing, Charlie. I mean, you can't. She was too young to be out there swimming by herself.
Neither of my kids have no fear.
Right. Well,
they're at that age where they just don't they have no fear.
Stella still has a little bit of fear, but I would always like make sure if she's going to the water, I'm standing right there next to her, right? Because she was 3 or 4 at this point.
God, Colleen, the way you put that hit me so hard. About that's how every day. Oh my God! Because I tried to, you're on the beach, you're on vacation, you're relaxing, and you can't do it.
You can't.
You just can't do it at all.
Now,
so I try to talk them into the pool as much as possible. Let's go to the pool. Everything's good.
you think about our parents, like I think about my biological father. We'd go see him every other week, and he'd always take us to 2nd Street. And it wasn't until I was older that I realized it was so he could walk down to Coconuts and drink and then come back.
Yep.
But they would just let us go in the water, do whatever we wanted. And yes, we were very good swimmers. But like when I think about my kids, I wouldn't let them do that. But I'm out there like boogie boarding and like freaking going as far out as I can, this and that. And it was just like, they're just out there drinking, getting hammered.
Isn't it crazy? Because there's such a spectrum, right? And like when I hear you guys are like being protective and worried, and it's like, man, am I bad? I'm sitting there, it's like, am I a bad father, man? And it's not because I am. It's because like you'll watch videos. Like there's a documentary of this dude. His kid's like 2 and 3 years old, and he's taking him out, surfing and 20-foot waves. Like ridiculous kind of stuff where you're like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
But so many parents, like some people live in that atmosphere and their comfort.
Right.
My, Uncle Gary surfed. So when I came down to visit, they're always at the water. So my dad fished, and when he fishes, he always jumps in and swims in the water. He's got to grab the fishing line. He always tell me, watch the rods real close. I'm going to go get in the water, go take a piss and all that stuff. Then he grabs the line and he starts yanking it. So I think I got a fish. So I run over and I'm trying to fight it, and he's holding the line in the water going, little bastard. You know what I mean? And then he'd be out there with all of his friends, and they'd all be fishing and drinking beer, getting high or whatever. And so as a kid, especially when you're 12, 13, 14 and hanging out and doing that, I don't know. I just was awesome. So when I have my kids out there, I was always like, let's get in the water. Let's go out a little bit further and ride these waves. And they were both like, hell no. Hell no. And I was like pushing them, like, come on, it'll be fun. And so my kids are very timid to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm always trying to get them to,
yeah, mine are the
opposite.
opposite.
Come on. Like my son, if I let him, he'd sit up in his room every single day for the rest of his life and play video games. Like you have to force him out of the zone.
But that's all kids, because we were at the condo and they were just hanging out. Ava's on her phone.
Yeah.
Riley's watching SpongeBob. Like, hey, you guys want to go on the beach? No, we're good. And I told Teresa, well, watch this. All right, let's get up and go to the beach. And then we'd get them up. And then once they're out there, the time of their life.
Of course.
You just have to.
You got to push them.
Give them a little tap. Just a little tap.
But going back to what our parents back in the day, like us these days, they're like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you hurt? Is everything fine?
Not me.
Back in the day, our parents are like, but did you die?
Yeah. Yeah.
So true.
I do that now. As soon as Riley gets hurt, all right, you good? No, dust it off. You good? Everything good?
Because you can't acknowledge it, right?
Yes. And Ava, too. Just because she's a girl, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd tell her, come on, let's go. Everything's good. But if you freak out, they're gonna freak out.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's that meme that came out where it's like, don't react to your kids getting hurt. So there's the first panel is a kid running in the field, and the second one is a meteor hitting the kid.
Yeah.
And the third one is the kid looking at his parents, and the parents are like, "You're good." And then the fourth panel was like, "Daddy, I got hit by a meteor."
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah.
It really is. Like my mother would freak out in any injury I've ever had. Like, just we're going to the hospital.
They're gonna
because she cared, and
but you're gonna feed off your parents' reaction.
Oh yeah, freak out too. Exactly. I'd be like, oh my God, my leg, and scratch or nothing, But I try to do the opposite with my kids, and I think it works.
It does.
It works.
You do a quick survey. Okay, no blood, nothing's obviously broken. Okay, you're good now. It's fine. It's sore now, but just to walk it off, dust it off.
Yeah, but
be good.
I'm the mom who's like, well, I guess you'll learn not to jump off of your bed onto the ground again, aren't you?
That'll learn you.
I do it all the time now. I used to care a lot back when I realized that I didn't know that my reaction would just feed them into acting more insanely crazy. So it's like now I'm like, hey man, you're gonna do fine. You're gonna pull through this, because I'm not going to the fucking hospital and waiting there all day for them just to be like, nothing we can do for you.
Yeah, because as expensive as the hospital is, you can't just take your kids to the hospital for every little thing. So you got to make sure it's something serious, right? So you just got to be careful with it.
Yeah, no thanks. Kids in doctors' offices. Ugh.
Yeah.
Worst.
God bless you, Colleen. Let's take a break.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
This is Joe Miller. Who's this?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I don't know who you're talking to.
Don't make excuses. You tell me who you are.
I told you I am. Who's this?
Don't deny it, boy.
Who is this?
You better tell me the truth right now.
Who is this?
How long has this been going on between you and her?
What are you talking about?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is right.
Should I watch that show?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
That
Sopranos?
show.
It's the originator.
I don't know if I could watch it now,
it's the
man. It's
originator
so
of
gritty.
all, like really, really good produced theaters. I mean, it's
Wait,
on,
are we
but
back on recording right now?
Come back whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about Sopranos.
But you're right, because the Sopranos was the first television series that a network sunk a shit ton of money into. And it was the first one that, they produced it and they shot it and edited it like a motion picture. And it blew
was
up.
Scorsese involved in that at all?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No.
Just even the music at the beginning when you hear the theme song,
That
was one that like I wouldn't skip the theme
it
song.
was
'Cause it's like
the E Street Band dude.
Little Steven.
Yeah.
Little Stevie.
And you got Christopher
Tony
Maltasanti.
Soprano. Like,
Well, and James Gandolfini's son is actually
James
playing
Gandolfini,
him in the new.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god!
Like when he does all of his shit, it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So I need to watch it. Okay.
So good.
You do.
Is
Because
it, is it better than Sex and the City?
Okay, listen.
Nobody's laughing about it. I'm not.
I
that's
love
not-
Sex and the City. So
Thank you.
stop.
Carrie Bradshaw.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
But Tony's character
I'm
has-
Miranda.
like when Tony's like really ripping into somebody, you almost have this fear like you're watching the principal yell at somebody. Because the way they wrote him and the way he acted it and stuff, and it was just he had a lot of gravity to the character that I thought worked really well.
It's like the first series too that you watch, and it's like it doesn't
are
matter
you
how
into
important you are to the
Goodfellas?
series.
Are you
can
into
just
any
be
of
like,
those?
It's kind of before
all
Game
of
of
those
Thrones.
movies?
Yeah,
Like,
Casino,
Okay.
Goodfellas.
the
Godfather?
characters
Yeah, I love
are
it.
Then that's
so
right up your
well
alley.
developed, and you like Tony's mother.
A Bronx Tale.
Like Tony's
man.
mother
Oh, God.
was so like and
yeah.
Tony's uncle. Everybody forgets about
oh
him. He
yes.
was one of my favorite
Okay.
Oh my
characters
god, I
on the
forgot
show.
about all these.
Calm down now.
And now
Calm
we get to
down.
watch
I'll watch it. Don't give me no.
Tony as a kid.
I cannot wait.
This
Is
I
that
wish
the-
it
is
was
it a movie or a
series. I think it's like
series?
five or
Isn't it?
five.
No,
six
it's a-
seasons.
It's only a
And-
5 or 6
well, no,
episodes
I'm talking about
miniseries
the
thing or
regular
something?
series
Okay.
of The Sopranos. I think it's 7.
The
seasons
Sopranos?
or so. Then
It's 7
the prequel.
seasons.
It's going to be
No,
a
the
movie.
new one.
And I was
That's a
really hoping
movie.
It was going to be.
A
I was
movie.
hoping it was going to be a series,
Oh, it
like
is
a
a
5 or
movie?
6 season kind of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
And
it
I
better
love
than Boardwalk Empire?
Don't get me wrong, I love it.
Boardwalk Empire.
Oh no, it is way
I
not
don't
way
think
better,
you-
but it
I
is
think it's
definitely
better.
better.
Personally,
Boardwalk
like
Empire.
there's not a movie or a series that you can tell me that I'm gonna. I think it's better than Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad?
No,
I would
Oh, I don't know about
I agree
Breaking
with
Bad's
that.
one of
Do
my top
you really?
5.
And I love Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, at least
and
their
see,
ending.
They even did it with
the ending was
Camino.
better.
They did like a little after. They made a movie. After
Right.
Breaking Bad, El Camino. It was okay. It was
Which
a
I
little
didn't
slow.
enjoy. I didn't like El Camino. It didn't because once you don't have Walter White's character in it,
Yeah.
it's kind of a waste, right? Because now you just have all the supporting actors. In it.
Better Call Saul
None of them
was
were strong
pretty
enough to
good.
carry it on
Like-
their own like Walter White did. That was because that was different. That was more of like a comedy.
Yes.
Than
But
than El
I'm telling
Camino
you,
was.
like Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Right? I love.
I'll
Game of
start this
Thrones.
week.
Sopranos. I don't think we'd have
Yeah.
Game of Thrones without Sopranos.
We
I'm just
we
saying,
wouldn't.
man,
There's
you just
dragons in
wouldn't- you wouldn't-
Sopranos?
No.
I'm not
No,
gonna
are there?
I'm not spoiling nothing, man.
Fuck.
Hey, so when you get into it, the first season's going to be kind of a challenge.
Okay.
But you're gonna because that's when they were trying to figure
They're
out how
developing
we
these
do this,
badass
how are we supposed to
characters.
shoot this, how are we supposed to write this.
Okay.
Second season's where it really takes off, and then
He
once
reminds me
you're
of
hooked, you're
Paulie a
hooked.
little bit.
Hey, can I ask Colleen?
Yeah.
Colleen, I meant to ask you a question.
Paulie Walnuts.
What happened with Brittany?
Well, what happened? I mean, as far as I know,
She's the loser, right?
nothing. Yeah, nothing's gonna change.
So her dad just runs her shit.
Well, her dad came out with a statement saying that none of that stuff was true that she was saying, and trying to
course.
cover his ass. What, her lawyer quit, and then somebody else quit. Like, I don't know. I think the way that it is now, maybe Brittany literally had no idea that she was allowed to actually make these decisions on her own, like with IUD and things like that. I think that, she just had been told for so long this is how it is, and she never questioned it. She was just going along with it, and now she realized, like, wait a minute, I have a say in this.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen now? But yeah, everybody has their statements coming out.
But the thing is with like the conservatorship, like the father and stuff, that was a ton of really bad press for him.
Yeah.
So, and that's unescapable, right? You can't get past that.
Well, I mean, her sister had to come out and say something. Her mom, I don't think, has said anything yet. But her dad definitely looks like
Looks like an
a
asshole.
total douchebag in
Yeah.
this whole thing. Which, I mean, I guess he is. I mean,
Well, I mean, there's two sides to every story. I mean, because
you haven't heard anything from his side.
he could be absolutely right. Like, none of that's true, and Brittany just really is crazy, right? And
Careful. You're gonna.
I'm just trying
some
to play
people
devil's
mad at
advocate,
you, buddy.
now.
it just sucks. I wonder what's really going on.
You'll never know.
Right.
There's so much money involved with that. It's just you got lawyers, teams of lawyers fighting both sides.
It's funny that
you'll never
most
know.
fights that
Still
are
remember
within public and everything, they could all be resolved much simpler. It's lawyers and legal, things that completely tie all this up and cost all this money, and it's fucking debilitating to our economy. And I don't know, man. I have a big problem with lawyers.
What?
Lawyers are
Brittany's
affecting
the economy?
Yeah.
Oh, lawyers are.
Hey, on a happier note, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton got married this weekend.
Did they? Because they were engaged for forever, right?
Yeah. How cool is that? Like, when I heard they started dating, I was like, what?
Who gives a
shit?
shit?
Gwen Stefani, I love her. Growing up, like, in that time when I'm Just a Girl
hot.
came out and I saw somebody that looked like her being a badass chick, not like trying to be all dressed up like a pop princess. She was like somebody that was like my friends. Like,
Yeah,
she was like us.
Dressed like her
and like,
back
so
in
I
the
grew
day.
up with
Like,
her.
That was a thing.
So
The
Yeah.
Sublime
Yeah.
song, the Sublime song, I Saw Red. I love that fucking song.
I just saw a live video, a live recording of those guys performing that with Gwen with Sublime.
She was a teenager.
Dude,
She's
she's
like
young.
19, 20.
She is.
But she nailed it.
she's just such a badass. Like, I love her so much, and like to see her so happy. Like, and I loved Gavin Rossdale back then too, though.
Then she
So I'm like,
kind
oh
of
my
turned
god,
over and
these two
started doing
together.
Some other stuff,
But
right?
now
Yeah.
she did some pop stuff, but it was still.
Well, there was
like,
what was the video
BANANAS
back in the
and-
day
Yeah.
where she was holding the apple
terrible.
and like, I'm just a girl. Is that the song? Don't Speak, because
No, I think that was Don't Speak.
Video was about them being like, "What the fuck, bitch? Like, why are you up in charge and why are we sitting back here in the
Yeah.
cut?" And then she actually did it.
Well, no, it was
Yeah.
it was because
that was
she
foreshadowing.
well,
Yeah.
and she dated the guy that was. I mean, how uncomfortable must that?
Well, that's what Don't Speak
The
was
whole song
about
was
because he
about
was
that.
dating the bass player for
Yeah.
forever, and they hid it from
Yeah.
everybody until they had a bad breakup.
It's a great song.
But that Don't Speak song's a great song though.
It's a good album. Spiderwebs
yeah.
was the first hit. Remember
We
that?
had a friend in
Spiderwebs?
high school that
I saw them in
loved
concert
her.
with
That's all he
Civ.
talked about. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
beautiful.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, even still to this day, she looks so good, and she's so like down to earth. Like, yeah, I like her a lot. And I like Blake Shelton. A little bit country, a little bit rock and roll in there, right?
He looks like a fat Vince Vaughn.
What?
Yeah, I've always thought that.
He
about
kind
him.
of does.
Vince Vaughn gained
Yeah.
a little
Now I
bit of
gotta
weight
look at
and
that.
dropped it down,
Yeah,
and
Fat
gained it
Vince
again
Vaughn.
and back down.
Yeah, he does.
You guys
he
saw
does
Ben
that. Him and
Affleck and
John
J
Favreau
Lo are
do
back,
that a
right?
lot.
You know that was
Yeah,
planned.
isn't that
Are they?
crazy?
Let's go
Are
to this
they?
restaurant.
Yeah.
Hey, you sit right here. This will be a good picture. We'll be doing.
The Red Sox are like, our girl is back.
Oh no!
You know, Ben Affleck. He had a movie. He had a movie. He went through. He was
I
Batman.
hope it works out for him.
And then he had some alcohol issues, like real bad.
Did he?
And-
Big time, yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was
in
all
and out of
like
rehab
a
a couple
thing.
times.
And he actually did a movie. He was a basketball coach, and through the whole movie, it was being a drunk and being a really good basketball coach. But he had an attitude and just a. And the movie was fantastic. He did a great job in it, and that was kind of his therapy for his recovery. And
Huh?
I got it.
What's the name of the movie?
Sure. It's really good though.
Let me check.
I just watched
Isn't that
Mallrats the
so
other day
good?
again. It's been a long time, and
Oh,
seeing him
thanks
in
for
that.
saying that.
That's
I
a good
freaking
movie.
love that
watched,
movie.
me and Allie just watched Wayne's World twice. My
Party
my
time.
daughter
Excellent.
Mallrats
loves
is the best.
Garth. Loves.
Like, Wayne's World is such a
Hey,
good.
Mr. Donut Head Man,
fucking
who's trying to
Oh
kill
yeah,
you?
it is.
I don't know, but he better not. And then he's like, you know, and all that shit, dude. And it's just like Mr. Biggs. Remember Mr. Biggs in the end? And oh man, it's a fantastic movie, man. So funny.
I like went through HBO. They have all these old movies on there, and I just was like, you know what, screw. I've been watching like The Big Bang Theory on repeat. Yeah, I know your sister hates the show, Katie, but
Wow.
I watched
Called out.
I watched Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore,
I got that.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, Goonies,
Goonies is good.
Don't tell
and
Mom
then
Babysitter's
and then
so
Mallrats.
good.
And
Done, man.
it's so good. The dishes are done, man.
Petty Cash.
Hey, last night we
Oh,
watched
that's such a good movie.
This Is 40.
When he's holding his ass
God,
cheeks apart,
Paul
he's like,
Rudd in
"Look."
that movie. When they No, when they go to the doctor, the Eastern medicine doctor, and he's like, the doctor's like, no sugar, no wheats, no grain. He's like, what the fuck else is there? And he's like, she can have fruits, and he's like, oh, all the fruits. It's
and he's a
fucking
producer,
great,
like
man.
he's like a record producer.
Oh god. Record.
What was the famous guy he had signed because he was kind of like old and shit? And he's like, I got to go to my prostate exam, and it's like, rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
The mother in
that's
that.
a fucking funny movie. Man. That's Judd Apatow's wife.
Man. It's all personality. It's not. She's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But she is so good. Like she was in Big Daddy. She was the Hooters chick in Big Daddy that Adam Sandler made fun of the whole time. She was in
trying to remember if I seen this
40-year-old virgin
or not.
where she was like, I hope you got a big trunk because I'm gonna put my bike in it.
Leslie Mann.
Oh yeah.
Leslie Mann.
So funny.
Yeah, she's unbelievable.
Yep.
Now both
they
of her
look just
daughters
like her.
were
You can
in
totally
that
tell.
movie. Those are her daughters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. But yeah, I went down and me and Allie have been kind of going back and watching a lot of movies lately. In Wayne's World, I watched her. I've never seen her sit and laugh so hard. Every time Garth says anything, and remember when they had the sponsor on the show, and they were like, "This man blows goats. This man has no penis," and they're all freaking out and shit. Oh man, it's and Ed O'Neill's in it, and everything he says is like, if you stab the man in the dead of winter, steam rises from the wound, and they say it's solely in his body. And everything that he says is some evil death quote in the whole movie. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I have to watch. I have to
it.
watch it again because it's been years.
Yeah,
it's been years.
It's still the gun rack quote for me. Gets me every time he opens up that present. You got me a gun rack.
Let's do the insanely happy ending. They had 3 endings.
Oh yeah, it's been 20.
The Scooby-Doo ending.
Easy.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe's. He's the dude that he's trying to get the girl.
Yeah.
He plays the same character in Tommy Boy.
Yep.
Right.
Wasn't he in Community?
Rob Lowe
or
always
one
trying
of
to get the
TV
girl.
shows? Parks and Rec. And he was
in Parks and Rec.
He was really
But
funny.
he was
No, in
great.
Parks and Rec,
No,
he
he
was
different.
He was.
Yeah,
He's such a
super health nut.
Anal, retentive,
Yeah.
very OCD, everything.
It's nothing like watching
Yeah.
a fucking movie that you love.
It's dude, and having your kid
about it, man.
Having your kid
it's
like
like
it
comfort
with you
food.
and laugh
Yeah.
at things that you like. When I half the things I watch, you could care less about. But she'll come out here and be like, let's watch one of your old 80s movies. That's your favorite. Because I tell her everyone's my favorite. This is my real favorite movie.
Yep.
Oh, is this your favorite movie this time? Is this your favorite? It's hilarious. I love it.
I know. I had that with Gremlins.
So
Fucking kids, they
Goonies.
watch Gremlins 100 times.
Oh,
I got Declan to watch a little bit of Goonies when Chunk did the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
and then Data did his little thing with zipping across the thing,
Yeah.
and he was laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my god, is he actually gonna like this? And all of a sudden he's just asleep. I'm like, all right,
boxing gloves,
well I got a little bit.
Guys. I got this, guys.
Yeah. Because Brent never watched those movies or anything. So when I'm watching it, it doesn't resonate the same when you're an adult watching a movie that everybody liked when they were kids. It's like, dude, back in the day, this was it. That was the
Really
movie.
was.
Steven Spielberg. God, that guy.
Yeah.
He's made some many, many movies from my childhood. Yeah.
Really is.
And Ghostbusters.
Well, Ghostbusters was good.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
The new one's
I
coming
had
out
two.
soon, man.
Was there
Yeah.
3 of them, right? Or is it just the 2?
There were.
Because 2,
I
you
don't
got
remember the third
Vigo.
one.
No, there's 2.
It's me, Vigo.
There's
Right.
2,
Yeah.
and then the one where all the girls did it.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
right.
just terrible.
I
I didn't
never
even
watched
see that one.
It was
yeah.
really, really bad. Even a couple of the girls that were in it were like,
Did you guys watch
Sorry.
Porky's and
Oh,
stuff?
really?
yeah, it was bad.
That was my first,
No.
kind of
Sleepaway Camp.
kind of pornish kind of stuff. You see some titties in it and stuff, and you're
Never
a
seen
kid.
it.
There-
Like when they were looking through the peephole of the girls' showers.
Yeah. Dude, back in the 80s, man, any excuse they had to show some titties, they were on it.
Oh,
any
especially horror
movie.
movies.
Yeah.
Horror
movies.
It wasn't a
teen
horror movie
movies.
unless there's some babies.
Even those ninja movies. You guys ever get into the ninja
Yep.
movies? Even those had
titty.
gratuitous titty in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, gratuitous. It's like, oh, look, these two ninjas are fighting, and there's a topless woman walking around in the background.
Like, there's websites out there where they know, like,
I think we just found the
like,
episode.
I think he was
title.
on
Good name
Howard
for a
Stern all the
band.
time.
Gratuitous
Mr.
titty.
Mr. Skin is on Howard Stern.
Mr. Skin.
He can
Mr. Skin, yeah.
every nudity.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a website that has every single nude scene.
He turned that used to be just a hobby of his.
What a horrible hobby,
I know,
right?
and
Watch
because
movies.
he would find a movie, fast forward to the naked parts, and then write about it on this crappy little website. But he ended up getting so much traffic from it that he turned it into like a legit.com and made $1 million.
Well,
off of
that was actually, you know what brought that up was Knocked Up. Or no, 40-year-old, yeah, no, Knocked Up was Seth Rogen. That was there. They moved to California, and they're like, we're going to build this website. And they're like, oh, fuck, there's already one. It's like, yeah, I think I saw it one night. I was high as shit. I don't know. But that I remember that.
Yeah.
And then after that.
Yep. And Howard Stern would have him on the show.
Yeah.
And they would sit there and he'd like, like whatever movie came out, and like, when has she ever been naked? And he was like, well, in 1978, you could see top of his nipple on the 5-minute scene of this movie. And you're like, Jesus, and what would you do? You'd try to rent that movie or find it and look for that part. Like, everyone wanted to see what they're talking about.
You'd be like, what about Scarlett Johansson? Oh, well, in one of her early films, at 37 minutes, 23 seconds into it, you can see a little bit of
Angelina Jolie.
He was like
and that was like right when you wanted to see
softcore porn.
You want to see Angelina Jolie naked. You want to see Heather Locklear naked. You want to see there's like a handful of women you had to see naked, and he fucking knew the movies.
Just like you said it perfectly. Just like Rain Man for softcore porn.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Super. But hey, man's got to do something for a living.
Yeah. What do we want to get into? You want to shoot the trivia?
Let's do it.
Yep, we have.
Are we still
maybe
doing
2 or
80s?
3 more rounds with this set, and then I'm gonna go get a different set. And I'm hoping to get some. I'm hoping to get some
I've been
stuff
looking
that's a
for
little
90s,
harder.
but
Like Charlie's getting them all right.
harder.
No, I love no.
That's because he's an old
I want you to
man.
get like,
Shut the
dude. It's
No.
great.
Shut up!
Like, no, that's
Yeah, don't shut up.
that's
Answer
why
it,
this
dude.
is working.
No, you have to answer them.
No, I'm playing fucking Candy Crush.
In 1980,
Don't do it. I'm better than you at
unadulterated-
that.
Ooh.
And see, you guys can make fun of all the mispronunciations. See, I'm terrible at trivia, and I can't pronounce anything.
You sound like Sylvester
1980.
Stallone.
I was listening to the last episode.
Unadulterated.
Shit, and the Lee
They got a saloon in downtown Toysville.
Yeah.
Lee Iacocca. Yeah.
Lee
In
Iacocca.
1980, unadulterated food product renamed their company after the most popular product, a carbonated apple juice called what?
Snapple.
How many? Okay,
Damn.
Chris,
Sorry.
I love the sports ones. I
Yeah.
always highlight these because it's like
No, it's a sports ball question. I'm gonna nail this. Let's have it.
One second. Okay.
Okay.
How many consecutive MVP titles did Boston Celtics Larry Bird win?
Consecutive MVP titles. So these are back to back, right? So that's what consecutive.
Yep. How
means.
many in a row?
Year after year after year. I'm
got one
going
right,
with
guys.
3.
He got one.
Holy
right.
shit!
That's what I was
did.
gonna
I
say.
guessed it.
Done. You almost got Larry
That's
or Michael Jordan last
All right.
week, right?
I think it was 84, 85,
Oh,
86.
right.
Check me on that.
What private detective show starred Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis?
Moonlighting.
It's so
Oh my
good.
God,
Sorry,
so-
I'm
it
sorry.
Just comes
No,
right out.
no, keep doing it. That's
Because
great.
the ones that I know Charlie's
even
going to
heard
get,
of
I
that.
try not to highlight them. And there's some I know, but it's hard.
Yeah, right. You say it, and then you look right
I
at him.
can't
and
even
you know he's
start
gonna
it
know.
sometimes in these
I
answers.
can see them acting in it.
What
Right.
team did shortstop Alan Trammell lead to a World Series championship in 1984?
The World Series is baseball in 1984.
Alan
The
Braves.
Trammell.
What'd you say?
I have the Yankees. I don't
Mets.
know.
Said Mets.
He said
Wrong.
the Mets.
Yeah.
It's my
I
father's
don't know.
favorite baseball team.
The Braves.
No. Hell no.
The Yankees.
No. The
I'll say
Detroit
the
Tigers.
A's. Braves. Oh,
Detroit Tigers.
Wait a minute. Huh?
My dad was born in Toledo,
Okay.
and his favorite baseball team is the Toledo Mud Hens. So,
Okay, Mr. Sportsball.
there you go, Pops.
No problem.
What Motown superstar was shot dead by his father in 1984? Nope.
Oh.
Al Green.
No.
Or no,
it's
shit.
Let's get it on.
Yeah,
Marvin Gaye.
That guy. What's his name?
No,
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. Al Green. Jesus Christ. That fucking football player.
I think it is a singer, though, too.
Oh.
Okay, who did the Boston
Marvin Gaye.
Red Sox face in the 1986 World Series? Charlie, hold on just 1 second. Is it the Yankees,
Okay.
The Cleveland
the
Steamers.
Mets, or the Blue Jays? Colleen?
Blue Jays.
Can't be the Blue Jays.
Or the Yankees.
It's got to be the Yankees, right?
No, it's the Mets. Yeah, those
played
are.
Oh, wait.
those
No,
are
yeah,
AL.
because they're the same thing. Never mind. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Whose
I need to go to
1980 autobiography detailed a personal relationship with a serial killer named Ted Bundy?
Lee Iacocca.
This is a Rachel question.
Wait, what?
Whose
Repeat the question.
1980 autobiography detailed a personal relationship with serial killer Ted Bundy?
It's a good fucking question.
Man. So an 80 autobiography means he was already famous by 1980.
Whose
Like some
autobiography?
reporter
It's got to be a
or something.
reporter, yeah.
The
Dan
name
Rather.
of the book, The Stranger Beside Me.
Walter Cronkite.
It's a lady. What's her name?
Oh.
Oh, I don't even know.
Hold on.
How long are we going to
Ann
wait?
Rule?
Whitney Houston.
There was just a documentary kind of about that serial killer thing, the Ted Bundy, where they did
I
the
had
tapes
no
where he
fucking
confessed
clue
and all
who she
that,
is.
and they had the girl kind of a part of it. I thought maybe
Sure.
because we get that one.
Yeah, okay. Good.
What was John Grisham's
Sure.
debut novel called? His first album, or his first novel?
First
Album. He's a
Sorry.
writer.
Did he do The Hunt for Red October?
A Time to Kill?
The client? I don't know.
A Time to Kill.
Ooh, that's a
Okay.
good
What
fucking
rock movie?
80s trivia.
I can't pronounce anything right now. What rock
What?
movement
Uh-oh.
consisted
What
of
orgies?
bands like Alice Cooper, Twisted Sister, and Rat?
Hairband.
Glam rock.
Arena Rock. Cock
Hey,
Rock.
Cock rock.
Cock
Glam
rock.
Hair metal.
Cock rock.
What was the name of the first house mother in Facts of Life? Was it Miss Florick, Miss Henley, or Miss Garrett? Nice.
Miss Garrett.
Garrett.
What goalie won 4 Stanley Cups? 2 with the Canadiens and 2 with the Colorado Avalanche.
The Mets.
Patrick Roy.
Gordie Howe.
What
Patrick Wall.
is the Voight Kampf machine used to uncover in Blade Runner? What is the Voight Kampf machine used to
it's used to
uncover in the replicants?
the replicant.
I even said it right.
Yeah,
It doesn't read right. It doesn't read right either.
It didn't. It sounded
what
weird.
female rockers
Yeah.
1987-88 tour was dubbed the Break Every Rule tour?
Lita Ford.
I want to say. You say Lita Ford. I'll say
Nope.
Pat Benatar.
Starts with a T.
Fox.
Boom.
Tina Turner.
Nice.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh, Colleen.
Good job.
Were the 2 wisecracking old guys in the
Private
balcony
dancer.
of the Muppet Show?
Dancer for money. Stadler and
I
Waldorf.
thought I would get you guys.
I was like, they had
I'm cutting
names?
that out and using that for something.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing that you got that.
That
What
is
year
very
did the U.S.
good.
boycott the Summer Olympics?
86.
No, 84?
Pick a year.
I didn't even know we did.
Wrong.
88.
80.
What was it? Close.
What
really
80s
I was not
jacket
even alive.
often featured bright colors and would be
Billabong
wadded
jacket.
up into a compact bundle?
Hypercolor. Is it not Billabong?
What 80s jacket
Wait.
often featured bright colors
Members only?
in the 80s? What kind of jackets had bright colors? It wasn't jean jackets. Boom.
Windbreakers.
Windbreaker.
Oh.
Remember those motherfuckers? Everybody had them. Everybody had windbreaker pants with the zip
Everybody.
ups,
Yeah.
and you'd be
Oh, yeah.
like thousands of kids walking down the hallways.
Oh yeah.
Like on soccer days in high school, and we'd have all of our
Swish,
outfits
swish.
on. We'd all be going through the hall.
Yeah.
Soccer team's coming through. Windbreakers in class. What?
Who recorded the song "Wind Beneath My Wings"?
Bette Midler.
What does ALF stand for?
Wind beneath my wings.
We did
Alien
this.
Alien
Life
Life
Form.
Form.
What year was Coca-Cola
Did we just
Classic
do this one?
introduced? 82, 85, or 88? Correct.
85.
Two more and we're done.
How'd you guys know that so fast?
Because we don't fuck around, Colleen.
That's right.
We might have done this
we
one
play for keeps.
too, but let's do it anyway.
Jesus.
Name
I got
one of the
private
two
dancers
teams that
sticking
Nolan
my
Ryan
head.
pitched
Yeah, you
for
did.
in the 1980s. And
Orioles.
Texas Rangers.
two.
I don't know. You said name one, fucker. You said
That's true,
you
I
said
did
name
say
one
that.
of the
Name
two
one of
teams.
the two teams. It has two teams highlighted.
He played the
David.
Baltimore Orioles, right?
Houston Astros was the other team he played for. He's my favorite
Yeah, that
baseball
one.
player to
What
ever
about-
play. That fight that he had with Robin Ventura kicked his fucking ass.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Wah, 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 wah.
You brought up a couple weeks ago.
What country was reunited when a wall came down in 1989?
Germany.
Germany, and David Hasselhoff did it.
He was also in
Oh.
South Park.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, well, that's it, guys. What do we got coming up? Anything?
Declan's birthday's tomorrow.
That's
Aw,
awesome.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah,
7
do.
years
Declan.
old.
7 cupcakes.
We had some people over the house the other day because I have to work, and he's getting
Oh, we're good.
Yeah,
He's getting cupcakes in his class.
yeah. I'm gonna bring some
Nice.
for the whole school tomorrow. So,
The whole school.
well, there's a total of 17 kids. It's not a big of a deal.
Oh, okay.
That with like 5 teachers.
Nice.
Yeah, my little nephew just turned 5. Happy birthday, homie.
Shout out, little nephew.
Aren't kids funny?
There
Like
you
with
go.
blowing out candles when they're little, and they don't want
Oh,
anybody else
yeah.
to touch it, but the other kids all want to
Yeah.
get
Oh,
them
yeah.
yeah. blowing.
Yeah.
Declan this time he's like, "No, Keegan, no, Quinn." Like,
You know
so
what? That
cute.
reminds me. We this past weekend we were at we went to Urban Air
Oh yeah, that
That's
looks so
fun.
awesome.
down in Viera.
That place
Yeah.
is fucking
That
And
is
it's
fun.
the old Sports Authority or something
Yep.
over
Yeah.
behind Coles over there.
Yep.
And I took my boys Silas and Riley, and we met up with Derek and his son for his birthday. We had about 10 boys there, and the whole time I'm like, okay, they're jumping on trampolines. I'm probably not doing this. I'm too big.
No.
No, dude, yeah.
That's my thought, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's a
I'm too
blast.
big. Like, it'll be fun though. The kids are gonna have fun. We get there and they hand me these. My feet are fucked
Your
up, guys,
socks?
right?
Your
They hand me
socks?
these socks with these little rubber
Yeah.
Yeah, the
bottoms
grips.
on it.
You're like a frog.
Yes. And me and Derek put on our socks and we walk up and we're checking out the vibe of the area. We're like, all right, so
Can we
let's-
do this?
Let's see what's up.
Did you do
Yeah.
the obstacle course?
I did not. I did everything but that. Everything.
So tell us, how was it jumping
we
on
did,
there?
We
Little
did.
disappointed.
Well, first thing we did is because there's nobody over there, is we were dunking basketballs because you could. I was kind of getting used to the jumping up and down.
Did you feel safe? Like jumping,
when I
you
was
weren't
in
gonna
the
break
air,
it?
I was very nervous about how I was going to land.
I'm gonna break my leg again.
But we were dunking some basketballs, and I think I jumped on it maybe 3 times, and I was already winded. And so was Derek. Dude, we were like, bro, this is like hard.
It's hard fucking work to do that.
From there, we went over to the one where you
That's
jump
great.
to the one to the next, and then the wall has a part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm watching these. There's a dude my size that was probably like mid-20s or so. He was doing flips from one to the next, and then bounce off that sideways, flip backwards,
Yeah.
and come all the way back. And I was like, what the fuck? Even Derek could go from one to the next, like one jump,
Yeah.
one jump, one jump. No. Every time I jumped, I'd have to double bounce jump, and then I would always go too short, or I was going to land in that little middle area where you're going to buckle, and I'd barely make it to the next one. I'm like, I don't know about this, guys.
Did you climb the wall?
We were laughing, and this is what we did. We went over to dodgeball.
Okay.
We were playing, and I sat in my little corner, and I was dodging. This little brother and sister, they hit me with the harder. There's like these real soft dodgeballs, and then there's the ones that you can kind of wing.
The bullets,
I got 2 in the face. One, and I was like, good shot. Boom. Another from the little brother going, I got you again. I don't know these kids, right? Their mom's over there laughing her ass off, and I'm like, you little motherfuckers, you're going to pay. Me and Derek, we were going in and out of that thing for 20 minutes probably, just trying to rest because we were so winded.
Did you play basketball?
We played a little bit of the basketball.
Yeah.
We jousted. Silas and Colton almost beat down this kid. Some kid we don't even know just walking up to the jousting and pushing the kids off.
What?
So Silas took the jousting, smacked him in the head with it, dropped him down to the ball pit, and then Colton rabbit jumped onto him and started.
Nice.
They were starting to go at it, like Jesus Christ, pulling kids apart.
Boys will be boys.
It was amazing. And then that thing, you see these on YouTube videos all the time where you have the trampoline and then there's like a helicopter, one low and one wing that's high, and they spin around, and you got to jump over one and then duck under the other.
Yeah.
And you're on. That was so hard.
Did you do it?
It was. Oh yeah, we all did. It was hilarious. And then they have laser tag there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like the laser tag.
Yeah, places. This is your first time, huh?
We've never done it before.
Oh, it's so fun.
I haven't been there either, but I've seen so many pictures of people going.
Every kid there is having a blast. Every parent there is running around with their kid. Me and Derek, I think, were the only parents that I saw actually participating.
Yeah.
Most of the parents were just watching.
I'll say when I went, there was a lot of parents involved.
We did see one guy that was bigger than me trying to do the obstacle course, and he kept slipping off the bar handles.
Yeah.
And we were laughing, and I go, no, I'm not going to do that one.
Yeah.
But the lady there was awesome. They have bowling there.
They have bowling there too?
They got the things where you can, glide around the top. It's like, what are they? The little
zip
line.
Zip
line. There you go.
How much was it?
Rock climbing. I don't know. Derek paid for everything.
Just wondering how expensive that is.
I'm sure it's pretty pricey.
I mean, because it's inside, which is great. Because of the weather lately, it's like rains every other freaking hour.
It's like $20 for a few hours.
Oh, that's really good.
And think about it this way: we got the roller skating rink here in town, and a lot of people go there. It's turning into a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's getting more popular. There used to be one back in the day on 50, right?
Yeah.
That's back. These zip line, jumping parks are really catching on.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing it. Titusville needs some more stuff that's similar to that.
That jumping thing would be awesome in Titusville.
Wouldn't that be cool in town? I'd buy passes and take the kids, and I mean it's exercise for us too. I mean I left that place sore.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly,
so tired.
like right now to get out of this heat and to be inside, like it's very hard to find anything to do inside.
Yeah.
Like we bowl a lot right now because the kids they can bowl free every day with the passes that we bought. But
kids bowl free.
Because that bowling alley is fantastic too.
We bought a pass for like $20 or something every single day. They can bowl a free game, and then we do that, and then take them to the arcade.
You know that Kmart that's right next door? That Kmart next door is it's all storage.
Storage now, yeah.
It was vacant for so long. Man, it would have been cool to have some kind of trampoline park or some kind of really cool indoor thing. Like they have that indoor golf course, putting place out in Orlando, right?
Talk about Topgolf?
Wasn't that where you're indoors and you're doing a virtual putting?
No, Topgolf is like you got like 5 or 6 different tiers stacked on top of each other.
But it's outdoors.
Yeah, but it's outdoors, right?
Okay.
But it's still covered, so you can be playing in the pouring rain and it doesn't matter because it's just your ball that's being affected.
Gotcha. But I'm seeing more of that. Dave & Buster's is great. But doesn't really cut it. I don't think they're kind of dying off, aren't they?
Yeah, I love Dave & Buster's.
Because Chuck E. Cheese was the shit back in the day.
Yeah,
it still is the shit down there.
In Palm Bay, they're slammed.
Yeah, Melbourne one's awesome.
Guaranteed to catch a head cold every time you go there.
In Orlando.
Oh, what happened?
See, now it works.
What's happening?
Now it decides to work. I guess that's
UFC 264. Go Dustin Poirier.
Love you guys.
Happy birthday, Declan.
Happy birthday,
Declan.
Top of a lungs,
Let's make this
all
episode
ends
terrible.
tonight.
I didn't think it was going to work.
What's happening? Shut up!
Daisies in a tube top, screaming from the top of the lungs. This all ends tonight.
How come the fucking wrestling didn't work?
start working the outro one. I'll fix it. Good night, everybody. We love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Dude, that shit's killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.